Okay, Dunedin, Florida is one of the areas in the whole Tampa area we get asked about the most, and it's for very good reasons. It is the kind of quaint, small, coastal town that a lot of you are looking for. So today, we're gonna go into more about Dunedin. We're gonna check out a house that's really close to the water, a super cool house I'm excited for you to see. And hopefully we're gonna answer the questions that we commonly get asked. Here we go. Okay, so Dunedin is about 36,000 people. It's right on the Gulf, and you have this kind of intercoastal barrier. So if you're looking out from the coast, like along Bayshore, Edgewater Park, you're looking out, what you're seeing is Caudle Island, which is a state preserve. One thing that people often love about Dunedin is that kind of feature. Like, that's not ever going to get developed. It creates this nice natural barrier to the city. When our clients are shopping in Dunedin, they're often shopping for 3 to 4 bedrooms, a nice little house with a pool. Sometimes they're drawn to the schools. There are some pretty good schools here in Dunedin, but they're often drawn to the lifestyle. The different areas that you can walk to, the different areas that you can drive a golf cart to. There's actually an official golf cart zone for Dunedin where you're allowed to drive golf carts on the roads. Yeah, there's some areas where you're not quite allowed to, but if it's registered, you can kind of get around it. Fun pro tip, we know a company in Newport Richey that can get that registration done for you really easy, which is kind of a funny thing that the company specializes in. When our clients are shopping for those houses that I mentioned, they're usually looking in the $550,000 range up to about $850,000. There's a lot of different things that you can get within that price range. Now, of course, if you go higher, it opens up even more options. The house we're gonna look at today is listed at $1.4 million. And it is one of those neighborhoods that if you visited the Dunedin area, you may have just pulled into this neighborhood and looked around. Right off of Bayshore, right by the big Fenway Hotel, which is a hotel and bar now, but it used to be a big radio station, one of the first radio stations along the coast. Okay, so we're gonna go check out this house, and the listing agent is meeting us there, and she's actually the president of the Chamber of Commerce as well. So we're gonna ask her a few questions about the future of Dunedin and kind of how she imagines it's gonna grow and change. So I'll see you over there. So let's talk a little bit about the lifestyle you can have in Dunedin if you choose to call this home. Now, coffee shops within walking distance, 4, 5, 6 breweries, great restaurants, and all local. You won't see a Chick-fil-A in downtown Dunedin, and that's something that locals find really important, to not have chains kind of clogging up their local downtown. Every single week there is a market in downtown that local vendors come, sell stuff, art, food, things like that. It just creates more community engagement. And if you're moving across the state, you're moving across the country, even if you're moving across town, you're often looking for ways to engage with your new community. And Dunedin offers a lot of opportunities to do that. Okay, welcome to 201 Florida Avenue in Dunedin. We can actually see the Gulf of Mexico. You can actually see Caudle Park from the sidewalk in front of this house. This house was built in the 30s and then added on to in the 70s. Has some really cool features. So as I said before, if you visited Dunedin, you may have driven along Bayshore down here. You can see that beautiful road, beautiful big old palms. And you may have just jumped into this neighborhood, looked around, looked at these old houses. So this house built in the 30s, there's a lot of older houses in this neighborhood too, and they are working hard to preserve the old charm. There's actually a new ordinance where you can't build 2 stories in this specific block because they don't want to block any more water views. So say somebody came in and they bought a little 1-story house. There's actually one right behind us. And they wanted to tear it down. They wanted to build this big 2-story thing. They wanted to be able to see the water. They just can't do that because they're just not going to allow that new kind of development, that new congestion into this area. And that is a really unique thing. So Katie's the listing agent here on 201 Florida. She's also the president of the Chamber of Commerce here in Dunedin, so she has some really interesting insights into the future of Dunedin. She's gonna show us around the house, and then she is going to answer some of our questions. But before that, let's look outside of this house. So this is an old concrete house, has the really typical beachy looking metal roof, the beachy colors, has beautiful pavers, some really nice luxury touches. This house is listed at $1.29 million. It's a big 3-bedroom house with some really cool features. Let's check it out. So this is the original 2-bedroom house that was added on to at some point. And you have beautiful pavers up here that make a really nice front porch. You can sit here at your fire pit and actually see the Gulf in the distance. In this neighborhood, I know people say charming and quaint about Dunedin, but this house, this neighborhood really exhibits all those things so well.
My name is Katie Ducharme and I'm with Katie Ducharme Realty. We're here at 201 Florida Avenue. This home was built in 1938 and it's had additions over time, and I'd love to show it to you.
Yeah, so this is a super charming house in all the Dunedin-like ways. I was just saying that outside. Like, not just outside and not just the water and the landscaping, but then this original footprint of this 1930s house. So kind of walk us through here and show us what it's all about.
Yeah, absolutely. So I feel like there was a lot of creativity. You can see the archways. Those are original from when the home was built. So to give it a lot of that old character. But you can see, obviously, these owners have completely redone the property with a new kitchen, opened it up. This was probably very closed in before, but they have done this over time.
Yeah, this is a beautiful kitchen. I mean, you could still even fit an island in here. You could do all kinds of things. I have little kids, so they want to be up here at the island doing stuff. So there's just a lot of options you still have with this house, even though it's been updated beautifully.
Yes, absolutely.
Are gas ranges very common in this area?
Yeah, so actually it's natural gas piped in. So it's not a propane tank, it's actually natural gas.
That's a big deal to people too, especially at a house at this level. They're like, I don't want vinyl flooring and I need natural gas.
Right, you have engineered hardwood floors.
Absolutely, beautiful floors.
Yeah, and natural gas.
So we have a dining room over here.
Yep, you have a dining room.
A little bit of an eating kitchen, but you have dining, and you have kind of these compartmentalized spaces that you get with a smaller, older home. Yeah. But they did make sure to open this up to have the kitchen kind of flow into this area.
the family space here. And also too, you can kind of see where the original home stopped here when it was originally built.
Yeah, so this is an original exterior wall here.
And this was addition over time to expand the house and really utilize the entire lot. And one thing that is really unique about this property that I've saw a lot of properties in this area and I don't see this a lot, but you have this atrium space.
Oh, this is my favorite feature.
Yeah. Oh. And the owner put a really high French draining system here.
Okay.
So you won't have to worry about any standing water or anything like that. So it's all drains out to the street, but it's a great space, especially if you're a gardener or if you just like a place for coffee. And it really just embodies that probably 70s or 80s feel. And this edition was probably, I'm guessing.
You definitely have like the old 20s, 30s vibe, and then with the terracotta tile in the atrium, you get this like 70s feel. But it's kind of a beautiful mixture, I think.
It really is, and then they updated it.
And that could have just been closed in.
Yeah.
But now it's like this really unique kind of house.
Yep.
And when people are looking in a town like Dunedin, they are often looking for something unique.
Unique and that eclectic style.
Yes,
so,
yes.
So I'm on the architectural review committee for the city,
okay.
and so we have all these different styles, right? We have craftsmen, Mediterranean, but then what we've really focused on is that Dunedin's just eclectic. So it's really, we have all these different styles throughout the city, but there's so many different ones, it just makes it so unique. So this kind of encaptures all of that.
Some of that is the value of it, is that everything's a little bit different.
Yeah, a little bit different. You don't have the cookie cutter type places.
So this is really like a covered breezeway. It's like a hallway over to the owner's suite.
Yes, absolutely.
And they really opened this up back here. So you have the office, you have the bedroom, and then that connects to one of the original bedrooms too.
Yes, absolutely. And you can see with this addition, they now brought in more of a cottage feel. So, they're bringing in all these different styles, but it all blends together so beautifully. Yeah,
and with the ceilings, you have this like coastal cottage feel.
Yep,
yeah,
absolutely.
I love that. And that really like goes together with the roofing, the metal roof, like those kind of things.
Roof, yeah.
So, owner's bathroom right here.
Yep.
Now, still not a huge house, so you don't have a ton of room, but beautifully done. For a couple, there's more than enough space, right?
Absolutely. And you have a closet in the bathroom as well. So as you can see, this here is where it kind of wraps around into the second bedroom. So you have the master suite, and this space could be an office. This space could be a bigger closet. This space could be used as a bedroom as it is now. So you do have a lot of versatile options with this room being connected to the owner's suite.
I love the original touches.
Yes.
These Art Deco doorknobs.
Yes. And even even if these aren't original, I don't know, because obviously
they're old. One way or the other.
But the style of them, you don't see this style.
No, you don't.
And also the big moldings, you can see the larger moldings as well. Obviously
even just the unique door casings that you just don't see anymore.
Yeah. And a really nice feature
that
too.
makes me sound so old saying that you don't see them anymore.
A really nice feature too is that, so back to the original footprint. So this here was the original exterior door, doors, or the exterior wall to the house.
Yeah.
And then this was a porch that they converted over time, and then they added on another porch.
Yeah, let's check that porch out.
So what I love about this house as well is that there's so many different spaces to enjoy.
Yeah.
So it's not just one big room with one patio. It has a bunch of different features that you can sit and enjoy.
Yeah, absolutely. Whether you're living here full time or it's your, winter house.
Yes.
You got grandkids here, you got your own family here. There's a lot of different spaces you can use for different things. I love that too. And I love the indoor-outdoor spaces.
Yes, absolutely.
And that's what people are often really wanting.
Yeah.
When they're moving to Florida, they're looking for that kind of indoor-outdoor life. This definitely offers some of that.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you're the president of the Chamber of Commerce?
So I'm the chair of the Chamber of Commerce. But as the chair, we have a board of the Chamber, and so we're obviously business driven, but we have a visitor center. We have the busiest visitor center in Pinellas County.
No way.
Dunedin does, yeah.
So tell me, kind of as the chair and as this whole board, what are they the most proud of about Dunedin?
Oh, wow. So there is so much to be proud of in Dunedin, but I think our emphasis on community and arts and culture, and also the schools. We have a Dunedin Chamber Foundation. We work very well, very closely with the schools here, but we're just so proud of our arts and culture and our history. I was at the Fenway yesterday for a lunch with the leader, and so many things I thought I knew about the Fenway, I found out, and it was just so
fun.
unique, to learn about different things of this city. So I think the rich history of this town, so many people are proud of, and I think that's really important.
And you were showing us the mural on the back of the house done by a local artist. Obviously there's murals kind of throughout town.
All over Dunedin,
Is that going to increase?
Oh, I think so. I think that, the city loves art here, and we're very art focused, and I feel that there's going to be even more beautiful murals, around town. The Blue Jays have a mural right at the center of their stadium. And actually, if you go see this, it's the coolest mural, and it was done by a local artist named Yali. And if you if you go to the mural and then you what is it in your phone when you
like a QR code?
QR code, thank you. And you can actually see the history of the Blue Jays in Dunedin with the mural on the ground. So that's a really unique feature. But there's things like that all over Dunedin. We have wearable art where it's local artists, and they do a fashion show at the Fine Arts Center. So there's just a lot of arts involved.
Looking at the next 5-10 years, how's Dunedin going to change?
Well, I feel like we're obviously always growing. We always have new businesses. I think what really is going to be happening more in Dunedin, because downtown really is, built up as much as it is going to be. There might be a couple more developments, in downtown. But I really think the corridors that we have here in Dunedin, because it's such a small city, so we have great corridors that have really great businesses and great restaurants and great things to do. So I think we're going to see more build up in those corridors on Patricia Avenue, out by the Causeway, the Honeymoon Island Causeway. I think those corridors are going to be more built up with just more restaurants and shops and living here in Dunedin.
I like that focus. How do we make these corridors better? Instead of just add more corridors, right?
Yeah, it's a huge focus for the Chamber, especially in this year. This will be my second year as the chair of the Chamber, so I'm going in one more year, so it's a 2-year term. So I start, my next fiscal year is October, and I think that's our main focus this coming year, is really developing those corridors, supporting those businesses, making them feel even more special throughout Dunedin.
Sometimes I call those the corridors suburban simulations. And so often they turn into that. It's like a grocery store, a dry cleaner, a liquor store, a Mexican restaurant, a bar. It's but how can we make them more local, more charming, more unique,
more walkable, more walkable,
where
they have events and different things going on.
I love that.
So we've been really focusing on that.
That's super cool. Well, Katie, thank you for being here and showing us this lovely home. Also, just for answering questions, because people ask us about Dunedin all the time.
Yeah.
Obviously, we love it. We love helping clients move here.
Yes.
But you're even more local to Dunedin than us, and so I'd love to get your opinion too.
Thank you.
So
I really appreciate your time.
Thanks.
Thanks.
So obviously, I'd love to help you buy this house, but if you're looking to buy or sell any real estate in Dunedin, we would love a chance to help you. I love the puzzle of Dunedin because your budget, your timeline, and your very specific needs related to Dunedin are always really fun. Whether you want to be close to the water, one client wants to be able to ride her bike to the beach and then walk at the beach. And others that want to be in the specific golf cart zone so they can drive their golf cart to the grocery store, to restaurants, to anywhere they need to go. All of you have a certain puzzle you're trying to solve, and we'd love to be a part of that and help you find the right place for you and your family, whatever the scenario is. So give us a call, text, or email anytime. Thanks for coming by.